Welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast with Scott MacKenzie. Scott is a passionate industry professional dedicated to transferring cutting-edge, industry-focused innovations and trends while highlighting the men and women who keep the world moving. So put on your hard hat, grab your work boots, and let's go.
All right, once again, welcome to Industrial Talk. Thank you very much for joining this platform, and thank you once again for your support of the number one industrial-related podcast in the universe that celebrates industry professionals all around the world. You're bold, brave, you dare greatly, you innovate, you collaborate, you solve problems each and every day. You're making the world a better place. That's why we celebrate you on Industrial Talk. And if you can hear some buzz in the background, we are broadcasting on site here at Xcelerate 2025. And it is brought to you by those wonderful people at Fluke Reliability. Go out to Fluke Reliability, find out more. You will not be disappointed. They have great people like Michael Mills, who's in the hot seat. We're going to be talking about anything in between that piques my interest. Let's get it going. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm having a good time.
Good.
A user conference.
Hey, it's the best time of year. I'm happy to be here in Austin at this conference.
Hey, have you taken, there's a autonomous car, Waymo?
Oh, yeah?
Have you taken it? Have you seen it?
I saw it.
We've taken it.
Oh, really? How was it?
It's a game changer.
It went past me, and I definitely pointed it out to the person next to me.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no one in the front seat.
No.
That's what I saw.
No. It's a game changer. My son's here, and we found time in the morning to go grab one.
Okay.
Yes. There's so much. It's the future.
Okay.
It really is, man. It's exciting. All right, I digress. Sure. All right, before we get going into the conversation about eMaint and all of the wonderful things that are happening there, give us a little background on who Michael is.
Sure. Michael Mills. I'm the technical sales manager here with the eMaint team. I work with Fluke Reliability. I've been around the organization about 10 years, originally before the acquisition of Fluke, but really just honed in on the software side of things and now the different integrated systems. So as we grow, how can we tie in ProofTechnic, Azima, and so on into our systems to make them run a little better, right, and a little easier for the end user. So that's my background.
I'm all giddy about the whole connected reliability effort that's taking place within Fluke Reliability.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that makes it simple or friendly or whatever. I think you guys have got something really. Tell us, or just now. There's eMaint, but we're in 5, right? V5.
X5.
X5. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Dopey me. I should have been prepared. I knew it was 5. I got that right.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about X5.
Sure. X5 is currently actually the third version of the system that I've been working with the past couple of years. We released about 3 years ago.
Third version in the past couple of years?
Wow. Since I started
10 years ago. Oh, God, I'm going, holy cow. Buckle in.
When I started that, we were in X3, we've moved to X4, and now we're navigating to X5.
Yeah.
That was released about 3 years ago. It's modern technology. It's built to scale. It's taking what we had with the X4, making all the improvements we always wanted around being able to deploy eMaint across not just one site, but globally. So it has extra currencies, cultures, different time zones all built into it. So if you're trying to standardize, you can look at this system and say, hey, we deployed this once, we can do it repeatably across the globe. So everybody's kind of benchmarking in the same way.
If I were to, if I'm a U.S.-based company, and then I have a European-based company, and then I have an Asia-based, and we're all part of the same company. Does eMaint allow me to sort of roll that up into a sort of an executive view?
That's exactly what the X5 system does, is it takes all of those different sites, and if you're in an individual location, you can see your data, right? So if I'm an end user, I'm probably only seeing from Florida, New Jersey, wherever I'm at. And then if you're across the globe, you'll only see your information, but there's a global view, right? So someone can go and report across the board, and you're not having to pick through all different data and try to figure it out. You set up one dashboard one time, and you're off and running. So it does the hard work for you.
Well, this is sort of detailish.
Sure.
But does it also deal with the currency? And it makes it normal for me with the conversion rate and all that stuff, and said, oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, it does. It pulls from different databases, the different currencies at the time, the exchange rates, So whenever you have that loaded, it'll translate it for you, and it's really been effective over the past couple of years as we've rolled it out. So we're excited to see how we can scale it. Again, everyone brings in new ideas from different locations, so as we're implementing, we get that feedback of different applications, use cases, and so on.
Hold it. When you say scale, isn't it? What do you mean by that?
Oh, we're constantly, within Fluke Reliability, adding in new technologies, Azima, Proof Technic, and so on. And so it's not just going to be the software, it's what else can we feed into it to drive the better outcomes for the customers. And I think we've done a great job of it so far, but you know how software and different systems evolve. Whatever the next acquisition is going to be, I'm sure will be even more of a game changer.
But the overarching architectural vision is to allow eMaint to be that hub, and things being able to connect seamlessly, where I don't have to go to different systems, right?
Sure.
That's the vision.
That's the vision. Then everything is going to feed. Basically, eMaint operates as an extension of these other systems. So as you're going through and building out, detecting certain failure modes and so on, this will be your historian, where you can track all maintenance activities and then report off of them.
The system of record.
Exactly, and that's the general idea. Is that's where the results sit, right? So that's where we've been for the past while.
Yeah. Now, where's it going? What are some of the exciting things that are taking place?
Yeah, so it's always interesting to me, especially coming into this event. Right, a couple years ago, it was all around what can we connect into eMaint, what can we integrate, including sensory technologies, tying into ERPs and so on. Last year was all around sustainability. This year's all around bridging that skills gap using digital options, AI, machine learning, all different types of learning technologies that are going to make me better at the point of contact with an asset. And that's really where we're heading, is being able to deploy the ability to go all the way top to bottom, supporting the end user who's at the point of contact with an asset, all the way up to the top where somebody can report globally and say, here's where we're winning and here's where we need to improve. So supporting the senior reliability team members all the way down to, again, new team member just came on board.
And this is cloud.
It is cloud.
Yeah. Are you transitioning your client base from on-prem to cloud, the different versions?
Everything we're one of the first to come into the SaaS platform all in the cloud. So we typically get customers that are coming to us who want to go cloud-based, moving off of on-premise. So it's really helped us to ramp things up. We're not having to do reinstallations or anything like that, or maintain servers at a customer site. We have a very high-powered server group that maintain them in the cloud, and then we can deploy new versions and updates from there. So it's.
Yeah, I'm always amazed that there are some companies that are still sort of reluctant to get into the cloud.
Right. It allows us to improve the system fast, especially as we're offering new updates.
Yeah, you don't have to shut the business down and bring out these disks and update it and shut it. It just happens magically.
Exactly. I mean, it's a little harder work than that, but yeah.
Well, I don't want to see how the sausage is made. I just want results. I just want the machine, the system to work.
Sure, and I think that's one of the reasons why our support team's so great is they can help from anywhere. Right. That's the general idea. You call in, they're able to access the system. They're able to make changes, slight tweaks as needed, and again, support you as you go. So it's made my life easy over the past 10 years working with the group, is not having to go and remote in or go to someone's location.
Yeah,
it's help out true.
Right. But eMaint has always been cloud. You've always been in the cloud?
Mm-hmm. Always been. Well, always
even
been in the cloud.
Version 3?
X3 was in the cloud.
X3
is in
Sorry.
the cloud.
Sorry. I should know better.
That's
but
perfectly
I didn't
fine.
know that.
Yeah. X3's been in the cloud.
Do you have clients that are on older legacy?
I believe we still have a couple. I was going to say, I believe around 2000 when they officially transferred over into the cloud officially from normal installations, but our on-premise installations. But for the most part, I believe we're almost 100% in the cloud.
It makes sense. Tell me about Azima and the connection with Azima. Where do we stand with that?
Sure. So that's actually one of the benefits of being here. I saw my colleague Austin, the product owner of Azima right now, was actually firing off work orders into eMaint through just a proof of concept integration. And so what we're doing is we're adding in within Fluke Reliability all these different groups, vibration being a key aspect of that, where Azima is bringing 40 plus years of vibration expertise and analysis. And then the results of that, the analysis saying, hey, there may be an issue here where we've detected something, go and replace the bearing or whatever that needs to be. we'll have a work order to track materials, time spent, cost associated with that within eMaint. So we're really creating that extension that you're looking for, where sensory technology will say, hey, there's a problem that we think will be coming up in a certain amount of time. Let's get in front of that. And then you can use eMaint to plan, schedule, and make sure you have an effective outcome.
But you want it automated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take away that, I hate to say it, that human intervention and allow the technology to remove the mundane.
Sure.
Or do the mundane, not remove it from me, but do the mundane to be able to create the work order and fire out that work order with all of the accurate information.
That's exactly it. So what it's doing is taking away that one extra step that you have to remember, right? And so what it does is it fuses what it detected into your extended workflow. So if you have a backlog that you're working through, or if you have a series of tasks that you need to get through the day, the week, the month, whatever that is, it just slides that in there so you can stick with your existing workflows and kind of like the strategy of navigating that backlog and allow you to just not have somebody have to learn two different systems. That's the general idea. But if you want to go into Azima and see, all of their analytics, if you have someone who's, Cat 3, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4 vibration analyst, they can see the data that they want. And again, your maintenance teams are going through and executing that work and creating a feedback loop. So like, here's what we did, here's what we saw. The analysis was accurate, and let's remember this for next time. So it's that knowledge that you're getting out of it is just such a benefit.
Does X5 have a warehouse component, like inventory and real time cannibalized pallets?
It has a spare parts inventory section of the system. It's an area that we've been really building on.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to manage different locations and everything like that. X5 is great. It allows you to replicate a lot of your purchasing processes that may exist in an ERP. So a lot of times when you look at it, within X5, you have your spare parts, you have your suppliers, different locations. It creates parts reorder lists. You can create a purchase order, requisitioning, right? I'm just naming different areas of the system. But what it does is it allows you, if you're using a bigger system, right? If you're using an ERP or some type of resource planning software, we can integrate with that. So you can either use eMaint 100% for inventory, or we can operate as an extension of a bigger system. We'd be foolish to believe that we're the only enterprise level system that they're using within their different departments.
Yeah, but because these jobs don't operate in a vacuum. There's always other pieces of equipment, tools that you need to get, and it would be great to be able to just say, there it is, automated, boom, here it is, here are the drawings, here's everything that you need to be an effective technician, and it's all there, kitted, ready to go.
Right, and we can do all of that, right? Within eMaint, it's only as good as the data that gets in there. Like obviously, we have an implementation team that will help to structure all this information. We make it easy for anyone to input that data, right? That you have it going forward. And then obviously, you want to use the tool as opposed to, have to go back and revise. So overall, I think we've really honed in on that user experience around how eMaint can help with inventory, with tool tracking, and those types of things. So your data is accurate. You're not having to fight for records.
How do you? I digress.
Sure.
How do you minimize pencil whipping?
You structure your data the way you need to, and then on top of that, there's a couple ways we go about this. I was going to say, when it comes to pencil whipping, when it comes to minimizing the, hey, I'm just going to close out this work order as
Thank you, yeah.
It's all around the metrics. We do have team members that whenever you go into the audit trail and you look at the history of certain users and things like that, you can see, hey, you build in a hierarchy. You need to complete this and send it to me to review.
Right.
Or, hey, you only have certain options that you can select from. You have to input this data, right? That's how we do it. Required information to reinforce your business processes and not, say, lose 20 work orders because we could just close them out.
See, that's always the case. Where do you see it going? What's that future hat look like for you?
There's been three common themes I always think about, especially when I'm dealing with our product management team that I work with heavily. Naveen is one of our senior product managers, and he's been excellent along the way. There's always areas around standardization, so the ability to scale X5. Like I mentioned, you can put hundreds of locations into an individual account and just have it grow, because then you're comparing everyone on the same scale.
Yeah,
it's not different systems. Everyone rolls it up into one. Mobile is a big aspect. They've actually had a lot of enhancements to our eMaint mobile app over the past year or so. That's really helped out with online and offline capabilities, the ability to comment. There's an integration with some of our Fluke tools, right? So Pencil Whipping, right?
Yeah.
You can actually connect to like an insulation tester, and it will take the reading and put it right into your eMaint mobile app. And then other than that, again, it goes into AI, right, and machine learning. I think that there's going to be a lot of inputs that come into the system and ways of querying the data to make sure that, again, the end user has the data that they need, and the data that they definitely need, and not just extra information that won't help out with the final result. So I think that's kind of where we're building on, is those three pillars right now.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I every time I come to an event here with you guys, I'm always fascinated by. There's this desire to make it simple and get greater compliance. Compliance sounds so authoritarian. However, compliance of getting people to use the system in the way it needs to, that truly adds value to their business, which is what you really want. So how does somebody get a hold of you?
Oh, get a hold of me. I'm on LinkedIn.
We planned that, by the way, just FYI.
Yeah, Michael Mills on LinkedIn. Get me anytime.
Are you active?
I'm active now. Last time I was on here, I was not. Now I'm
you gotta say at least, exactly. Well, you were absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. All right, we're going to have the contact information for Michael out on Industrial Talk. Just go to industrialtalk.com. You'll find his stat card out there, LinkedIn stat card, and just reach out. You need to continue to build your network of individuals that have really true insights into asset management, reliability, and solutions that can help you succeed. That's right. Michael Mills. He fits that bill. All right, we're broadcasting from Xcelerate. Xcelerate 2025. Austin, Texas is the location. Fluke Reliability is the company that is putting this on, and it does not disappoint. We're going to wrap it up on the other side. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
Another cracking conversation from Xcelerate 2025. Exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Michael Mills, eMaint was the subject. That is a heck of a CMMS system, and you need to find out more. This is what's so amazing about the solution. One, they have a great and powerful and very dynamic, nimble solution. One. But two, it's the people. It's the team behind the system that will help you succeed. It's an amazing. You need to put that event on your calendar. You need to find out more from Fluke Reliability. All right, building a platform. Industrial Talk is here for you. You need to amplify your voice? Talk to me. Go out to industrialtalk.com, find out more. Be bold. Be brave. Dare greatly. Each and every day, hang out with Michael. You will be changing the world. We're going to have another great conversation shortly, so stay tuned.